Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there. This year, I want you to really analyze what type of person that you are. And I want you to start identifying with being the creator rather than the waiter. Meaning, what are you waiting on instead of creating it? So what are you waiting for? Who are you waiting to anoint you? Who are you waiting to ask you to speak on stage? Who are you waiting for to notice you? And become the person who creates those opportunities. Hey everyone, it's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And I love the energy of a new year. It is absolutely one of my favorite times of the year, along with one of the most hectic times. And I know that you know what I mean. We're coming up for the holidays. You are just trying to catch up on sleep and potentially get all of your energy back from peopling so much. If you're anything like me, where you are a bit introverted and you get your energy by recharging by yourself. So we're trying to get our energy, we're trying to get our sleep back to normal, we're trying to get our food back to normal, while also simultaneously there's this super exciting new year energy going on. And I can tell you I'm finally in a place in my life where I understand that in order to move forward, it's not about putting 10 or 20 new goals in my calendar. In fact, I've learned really quickly that the more goals that I have every single year, the less likely I am to reach them. So for me, it's really like these 1 to 3 things that I'm really focused on or showing up differently that's going to completely change my life. And if you guys have not listened, I highly recommend going and doing the exercise that is the 4 feelings exercise that Chris and I did on our He Said, She Said for New Year's. that had just come out prior to this. So go check that out. Just look for the last He Said, She Said, and you should be able to find that exercise. It's really quick. It's really great. Go do it. Let me know what you think. But this year, I want you to really analyze what type of person that you are. And I want you to start identifying with being the creator rather than the waiter. So, meaning, what are you waiting on instead of creating it? So what are you waiting for? Who are you waiting to anoint you? Who are you waiting to ask you to speak on stage? Who are you waiting for to notice you? Who are you waiting for to tell you that you get that book deal? Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for to invite you out to dinner? And become the person who creates those opportunities. Because I will tell you that every single successful person that I know, and looking back at my journey, there was never one time that before I had created the feeling and the thing that I desired in my life, did I get invited to a fancy dinner with fancy people? Did I get invited on a stage? Did I get invited to shoot a cover for a magazine? Those were all things that were created. I did not wait for someone to anoint me good enough. I did not wait for someone to ask me, because I promise you, if I did not go create the opportunities, that I would never be where I am right now. And to this day, I bet I still would not have been asked to speak on the big stages that I get asked to speak on now. What do I mean by that? So when you think of somebody who has a big stage, right? Let's just use this for an example. Think of an event that has 500, 1,000, 10,000 people. They are not going to go and ask somebody who maybe shows up on social media once in a while and does a couple cool things, maybe has started a couple cool things. They're not going to ask those people to go and show up on a stage and guarantee that they're going to do an incredible job that they just charged people money for to come see them and said it's going to be X, Y, and Z, and we're going to deliver these results. They're not going to take a risk on someone that they don't know can handle a stage, or that they don't know who could host their own event, right? That's not going to be something people are going to take a risk on. So this is just one example of the many that I want to share. If you think that you want to get on a big stage, you first need to create your own small stage. And then you need to grow that small stage into a bigger stage. And that could be a podcast. So that's a stage, right? And then you need to grow that into something bigger. Or you need to create your own event, and it could start with 10 people. It could start with 50 people. And then you need to prove that you can grow that into something bigger. And then you have all of this evidence that then once people go, oh, that's the person I'm looking for, who I know could handle all of the things that come with speaking on a very large stage, right? The things that you're not thinking about, that after years of prep work of me on my own stages, I'm prepared for. I can't tell you how many stages I've been on where my teleprompter goes out, or my confidence monitor, so all my slides go out, or the audio goes out, or something happens in the audience that's very disruptive. And let me tell you, if I was a new speaker and those things happened, and I didn't have that already happen to me at my own small events, so I was able to handle it and learned how to respond, and the small problems and chaos happened at smaller events, so it didn't feel like as big of a deal. If I had not had all of those experiences, I would not have known what to do on stages. When I've spoken in front of 10,000 people, I've been on stages in front of 15,000 people where there's been audio things that have gone wrong, where there's been things in the audience that have gone wrong. So what I'm trying to show you is that you need to create and get all of that experience for yourself rather than wait. So here's an exercise that I want you guys to do. I want you to write down all of the things that you are waiting for, meaning I'm waiting to be on that podcast. I keep asking to get on that podcast and they keep denying me. I'm waiting to get on that stage. I keep asking, but they keep denying me. I'm not even getting answered. I'm waiting to go to that girls' dinner, but no one is asking me. I'm not being asked. I want to, be in this particular group. And now you need to write down how you're going to create that same experience. It may not be the same people. It may not look the same, but how are you going to go create your own event and stage? How are you going to go create your own girls' networking dinner with women who will come at your level, right? Even if you get a ton of no's. And that's what I want to share, is that you look at the people who you think that you want their career and you want to be where they're at, but they had to go through the exact same thing that I am telling you. You know, the woman who has the big network and all of the friends, she once got rejected by being asked, or by asking 3 new people to a dinner. You know, she probably had to ask 15 people in order to get 3 people to that dinner. And so there's no way to skip this line. There's no way to skip this building process, because even if you've seen overnight sensations on social media where you're like, oh my God, this girl came up out of nowhere, I guarantee there is a YouTube channel that's been going on for 5 years, a blog that's been going on for 7 years, an email list that she has been nurturing and growing for 7 years. I guarantee that there is thousands of videos and uploads to some sort of social channel that all of a sudden you see this person overnight and think that it just happened for them. It did not. This is just built consistently upon what you desire for you. And so this year, I pray that you switch from waiting to being anointed to creating what it is that you want to do. So when you do that exercise, I just want you to, again, write down all the things that you're waiting on, and then write down the simplest thing that you could do for each one that you're waiting on to create that emotion that you're craving. Because everything that we want, whether that's the big stage, it's just because you want to go and be heard. You want to go and share what you feel is really important to you. You can do that with 3 people. You don't need to start with 1,000 or 10,000. You can start small. All big things start small. Remember that phrase this year. All big things start small. The person who says yes to what I'm saying this year is going to be on their come up. They're going to be the person that you see out in the world in 3 years. And I'm telling you, if you don't start now, it's never going to happen. So can you wait 2-3 years? Maybe even at the end of this year, you're going to start getting some cool opportunities. But it's worth it. It's worth the long game, because in 3 years, you're going to look back and go, wow, I have like the career of my dreams and this community of my dreams because I put in the work. And now people are finally starting to notice, which for me was like 5 years. So we're just going to say it's faster for you because, you know, I just feel like that's how it's going to be for you. That's what we're going to manifest for you. So you guys, I am just so in love with having this platform. And I will tell you that when I first started it, nobody listens to your first podcast, guys. It's like you put it out there and you have, you know, a few people listening to your podcast, and you have to hold the vision. You have to hold the big vision for what you want. And I knew that not only did I want to grow an audience, but I also focused on the fact that it was serving me and what I love to do. I love to talk to people. I love to share my insights. I love to learn something and then say it again so that it just like gets into my bones. So whenever I would start to get stressed or worry about if anyone was going to listen to the podcast, I was like, ultimately, Lori, like this is for you. This is making you feel better. This is making you practice for those stages that you want to be on. This is making you be ready to be able to talk at like the drop of a hat if somebody needs you to, which you guys is crazy. Once you start getting in these higher level networks, people, you could be at their event and something goes wrong and they're like, could you ever do this part? And you're like, oh my God, like I would never be able to do this in any other world unless I practiced on my podcast all the time. Like, yes, I could do something. And so this is what I'm talking about. You need the practice, you need the reps, because when you get to that next level, in order to stay there, you got to be ready for all the things that come with that level. So I'm sending you guys so much love. I know that you're all creators. I know you're not waiters. And I can't wait to see what you create in this new year. So if you love this podcast, you guys, it would mean the world to me if you either go rate, review, or share with a friend, truly. If this has done anything for you, that's the only way that a podcast grows. And it is my biggest goal this year to grow this podcast. So I'm sending you so much love. And until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone. Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently, and most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori.
Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. And I want to make sure that you have my phone number, and I'm not kidding. Did you know that I have a community text number? For real. My phone number is 310-496-8363. This goes directly to my phone. All you have to do is text the word daily to 310-496-8363. And I literally text you every single day, Monday through Friday. I actually just got done 30 seconds ago texting a bunch of people back, and I talk to you all of the time. You guys, people always ask me how I got my community text number and how it works. Well, all you have to do is you can just go to community.com and get your own. Community makes it easy to get a phone number that you can use to build your audience using text. People just text you at your number and they're added to your group. Then you can text them out audios, video links, anything you want. You guys, I text out happy birthday videos. I love to send podcast links, thoughts about life, book recommendations, different events that I'm doing in the local area. Texting gets me out of the noise of social media and directly into your hand. And now you can start texting your people too. Just go to community.com to get your phone number. They give you a 10-digit real phone number, not those weird short codes that look like spam, but it's more than a phone number. Your new number comes with an inbox for SMS and texting. This means you can actually manage your text list from your computer and an app on your phone. You can schedule text to send at certain times and to certain groups. You can even set up auto replies or let your assistant or customer service team answer your text messages via Community's awesome dashboard. Just go to community.com and ask for a free demo. They'll show you how it works and get you your number. It's time to start texting your audience versus just posting on social media. Everyone uses Community for that. So go check them out at community.com. I can tell you it's not just great for communicating with my audience, but Chris and I use Community and our texts to also sell out our launches. I'm telling you, you get such an incredible response because you really are creating a true, deep sense of community, and it's so intimate. It's freaking amazing. Go check it out at community.com.